We continue with our topic, geometric construction. And we finally get to the last objective in objective 1, and this is J. We're using geometrical instruments, and this time we're going to use it to draw circles and arcs. Of course, we'll be using a compass. So there are two basic methods to draw an arc or a circle. All right, let's see what the two are. So method 1 is you take the compass and you spin it on the paper. I'm not going to say which method is best. You find the one that works best for you. Notice that the compass is tilted in the direction that the arc is being drawn. That means when you're drawing it, you should lean. This takes practice. This is something you should know how to do before you go into an exam. And notice, because the compass is rigid, it's not changing its distance from the center. It's a good circle they're drawing right there. So you should learn to draw arcs and circles by going clockwise and counterclockwise. Depending on what you're doing, you should know how to do it in both directions, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. Practice, practice, practice. If you need help, your friends in the classroom, the teacher, I'm sure, would be happy to work with you, because this is a physical skill. You could think about how to do this mentally as much as you want, but you have got to learn to do it for yourself. So you keep a firm hold on the fulcrum and lead the arm that holds the pencil. What that means is the top part of the compass is what you're holding. You make sure it's firm, and when you do what you're doing, the pencil itself will make a mark. You don't need a heavy dark mark, so you're going to apply pressure, but not too much as well. So practice, practice, and practice. I can't stress that enough. So let's look at method 2. Method 2 is that you hold the compass in place and just spin the paper. I think that was the method I used the most, but I've used both methods. And notice, if you do using this method, you can also make sure that the compass is tilted a little bit as well. So let's have a look at that again. I went back too far. So sometimes you just spin the paper. Now, of course, if you're using a booklet, it may be a little bit more difficult, but this one I think requires a little bit more skill than the first one. Make sure you know, if you can learn both methods, that'd be great. Because, when the time comes for you to draw your circle or your arc, it's going to be very important. Okay? So if you lean the compass to the right, spin the paper counterclockwise. If you lean the compass to the left, spin the paper clockwise. Now, what I'm saying, you have to practice it to understand it. So don't just, like I said, never go on an exam trying to figure out that, I can learn to draw an arc or a compass. Nah. If you go on an exam not knowing these things, focus on the rest of the exam. Focus on the rest first, and then come back to this last. That is, hopefully you will have the instruments you need in the exam, because not having them is going to cause you to lose out on a number of points. So let's have a look at the student who was learning to draw a circle. The line's a little light, but it's still a good circle. The form is good. You just need to apply a little bit more pressure. And let's have another look at someone else who have a little bit more experience than the student. Miss Knowles knows what she's doing. She came around twice, but that's a good circle. And let's look at it from a different angle. Good circle. Okay? God bless her.